Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hot Comb Confessions, where the heat is real and the truth can't hide. I'm your host, Shima Aikita. Today, we're going to be doing a 360 install on my girl, Dr. Keyshia. Dr. Keyshia, girl, we got this cap on. We about to lay this wig down, but
Yes.
I know you can't see anything, but can you just kind of introduce yourself and just tell
Yes.
us a little bit about you?
Yes, most definitely. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Keyshia Thomas, and I am here with my girl. She is so amazing. But I want to introduce myself. I'm a doctor by clinical counseling. Have my degree from National Louis University in clinical psychology, but I am strategic in working with people from a holistic or a spiritual standpoint using biblical principles, but also providing a resolution to or a solution to to practical living, with relationships, with individual interpersonal issues, just identifying who you are and your purpose, because God
I
is
love it.
definitely love, he's designed each and every one of us uniquely, but there's a divine purpose for each of us. And so that's pretty much my aim and my focus with people. And I love people because I truly believe we all need someone to vent, we need someone to listen, and we need someone to care. And I don't have to know you to care for you. That's the thing. I don't have to have a personal relationship with you to automatically know that this person that is in my presence is needing someone to just listen and be authentic. So that is me. I am married. I have 5 children. I have 2 grandbabies and one on the way. I want to kind of go into a little detail about, I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling.
Okay.
I have a doctorate in clinical psychology. And so when I was doing my doctoral, I found out exactly, well, I want to really say it was confirmed. I already knew what God was telling me because He the one actually gave me a dream 10 years ago to go to school and to pursue uh, the psychology field. And it's so interesting because God deals with me in dreams. He deals with me in vision. And I do, oftentimes hear His voice through, in my spirit, like audible, or it can be confirmed through another person. So that's key, because I'm not doing this field because I had an interest in the beginning about, the mind. And so God wanted me to go and understand the scientific or the study of the mind and the human behavior. At this time, I was already a licensed minister, serving God in the community. I had the grace to open up a nonprofit called Care Outreach Ministries. And I was working as an armor bearer. I was serving, and I was just a servant. I love serving people. It wasn't just serving leaders or pastors. It was serving people in the ministry. It was serving people in the community, in my neighborhood. And so God said, okay, now I'm switching you to go into this, because what I found out was the foundation that God has given me about His word, and about the creation of why we're here, and the evil world, right, which is the devil,
world, all the worldly stuff,
right, and how it attacks people, and sometimes keeps people out of their purpose. So when I understood the psychology part, the clinical aspect, that's very key, because clinical is going to view you through the perspective of the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, which is the DSM-5. Now, I found out I don't really want to use that for a source of helping people with their mental trauma. I think for the most part, yes, be knowledgeable about the neurological system of the mind and all the things that work, but there's another force that's working in people's lives, and trauma is sometimes the base of why they are responding the way they are in life. So if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, personality disorders, certain disorders come with, this is me, based on what God has revealed, a spiritual stronghold. It's a spiritual attack on that person's purpose, because it keeps you out of fulfillment of what God has created you for. Now that's a different topic. We won't go too deep.
Girl, that's a whole
but
thing.
I think for the most part, if we look and take in the spiritual aspect of how that plays on the mind of a person, and then we look at the DSM-5, which is the clinical perspective. When you read, if you're not a person or a believer of the Bible, if you are still kind of trying to discover what your religion or your belief system is, I would encourage you to consider just reading it from just a personal, just to read for knowledge. He said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. And so when you don't have enough knowledge to make some decisions off of, you will make decisions based off feelings, past experiences, trauma, or current, like what they say, fight or flight.
Yes.
You won't think and put thought into your decision.
Got this wig on, laid. She's the glue is drying in the back and in the front. This wig, let's talk about this hair though. So when she called me, she said she wanted an ash blonde with dark root unit, 26-inch, 360 wig. She's going to be able to pull this wig up or down, recurl it. I did some soft layers in it. And so she says she happy. So I'm happy. But we're going to talk for a few minutes about entrepreneurship and just the building of a brand and a legacy, and just doing something that is near and dear to your heart. So Dr. Keyshia, can you just tell us a little bit?
I love that you said dear and near to your heart, because the heart is not just this, it's not the organ heart, but it's the matter of the mind. So anything that we come up with, ideas, dreams that you had or have, I think that God gives us that kind of divine insight. So when you are thinking on a business venture, for myself, I've had a hair business. I actually have my own hairline. I call it Star Bright, and so when you get an idea, I think it is a blessing to move on it. Don't sit back. Now, the first thing I would do is plan. Planning is everything. And we actually been doing a topic, my husband and I, with our Monday night Bible studies on planning. How do you make a plan for success rather than a plan for poverty? And a lot of times we don't plan to plan. We make one plan, and then we don't replan, because you have to continue to adjust the plan.
Oh yeah, that's so true, because things always change.
Yes.
It's just so much unexpected things come up.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to be consistent with your plan. So a lot of people make New Year resolutions. They make plans for the year. But I think that you ought to have a plan for a plan. So your plan is the blueprint. You start with the nuggets. Okay, I plan to accomplish this, this, and that. How do you plan? Okay, well, these are the steps I'm going to take. And you have to present it with meditation. I will always say, pray about it, meditate on it. Then do your research.
Yes, research is so important.
Definitely. And then who do I connect with? I believe in, Lord, guide me and lead me to the person that I need to talk to about this idea I have. Because I promise you, it is somebody out there that will help you with your plan. He said, write the vision and make it plain, so that the one that read it may run with it. And so your plan is supposed to prosper. It's supposed to be making progress. It's not supposed to just be written down on a paper and that's it. And then next year you say, ooh, I said I was going to do that.
Yeah.
But this all came up. So we have distractions.
Yeah.
And so you got to have a plan that will fight distractions so that you can prosper. Prosper in health, prosper in your finances, prosper in your personal health. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, I think it can be done with a proper plan.
Absolutely.
And as an entrepreneur, my husband and I were constantly making plans. We have a construction company. It's called King White's Construction. We have a website. You can take a look at us. We're on social media platforms, but we renovate a lot of commercial properties. So we work with a lot of clients on the commercial side of business. And so when you have that kind of relationship, your language change, the numbers change. So your whole research need to be done based on how do I make this contract work for this type of business. And so I think for the most part planning is so important in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, because I think a lot of people needed to hear that, and this message is so big, because it's a lot of people trying to start their own business and have a legacy, but they don't know how. They don't know where to start. Yeah. And you want to take a business class and all this kind of stuff, but it's another thing to hear from the horse's mouth. Dress that she chose to wear to the mayor's ball.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Okay, so I first want to say I definitely admire and I definitely believe Dr. Carey is one of a kind in her own class. She's an educated, she's a woman of design, she's a woman of class, and she does have the word of God. I do believe that her every intent was not to be offensive, but yet to represent the grace and the design that she loves to, everything about her is design, right? She's I love her style, and I definitely don't collaborate or even encourage how the media has came after her. If we are to share our opinion, or we feel that God has called us to correct something, there is a way to do it. And that, I think, people have blown it out of the water. I'm actually over all of the posts, but I think they could have went to her in her church, called her assistant, made an appointment, found out her email, and shared what they had on their heart about what she wore. I don't believe we should tear each other down openly because we're doing it in the name of, if we're going to restore or we're calling to encourage or build up, I think it could have been done another way, but the dress was beautiful.
It was so pretty.
Because I am in this time, I do understand that was, I have one of those dresses, but of course it's not half, but it does give that.
Right. Would you have worn something like that in her position? I think that's the thing too, because if she had not been who she was, I don't think anybody would have even said. They would say, "Oh, that was pretty." But since she is a pastor's wife, do you feel like she should have made maybe a different choice, or, yeah?
Okay, you got to hit it on the head. So me personally, I did say in my mind, maybe she could have had a shawl. So when the camera took the picture, click, 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 it was a shawl. But people went down all the way into the design and the lines. I mean, it's again, maybe if the dress was all black without the whole
sheer
nude underneath, right? But
I think that's a good point.
A shawl. When the cameras came on, shawl.
Well, because it gave a naked look.
So it did.
Right. The sheer part of it is what it was.
Yeah.
Because why are you in public naked? And because people are going to scrutinize you either way it go, though. It doesn't matter.
I was just going to say that, and you're so right. But the position that she holds, there should have been another thought on the dress. Yes. Now, if they were out, it's kind of hard when you are in the public eye.
I know, that's another thing.
So I don't know how she would have wore that at any other event, but maybe tell the cameras, not this one.
Not this one. Right. I don't want to be,
I don't want to be seen at this one. Not saying you can't disclose or your life is private, because you are a leader and you are leaders for God. So I guess for the most part, using wisdom, how to deal with this whole new role she has. Because I know she did an interview with Tamara.
Yes. Right.
And so I think for the most part, she said there wasn't no manual, but there is a manual. And yes, the dress was very pretty. Like I said,
so I love the design of it. She looked fantastic.
She looked she has a wonderful shape. She's been keeping up herself. Some women are very curvy. So,
she's definitely curvy. I mean, and who else is going to wear a dress like that? Right. The average woman is not going to wear a dress like that. You have to have the body to wear a dress
and like that. And the confidence. Okay. So I purchased a dress for my birthday. It's a leopard print dress. Goes down like maybe right above my knee. Leopard. I mean, right above my ankle. I'm sorry. and the front goes like, well, it's supposed to cover. It's like a heart shape, right? It's like a heart shape.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a very open person with my husband. So I said, babe, look at this dress. I want this dress. It's so pretty. Woo, 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 woo. He said, no, the front part. I said, I know. I said, I got a plan for that. And so, because I wanted to wear a bustier that come up to here.
Okay.
I'm trying to create this, but I don't want to create illusion like my boobs are showing.
Right.
So get the dress, order online. I hate ordering stuff online that I have to wear because
you can't try it on.
Right. And so got the dress, the heart shape cut a little too low. The bustier I got is not, so now I have to revamp, which my husband said he didn't think that was going to be a move. I had to revamp this idea about what I'm going to wear on my birthday, because the dress, yes, I could wear it, pull it off, but it's not appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to make people believe that I'm out here trying to show my boobs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I'm gonna run into at night. I don't even know. I'm not famous, but it may be somebody that may want to follow me and my husband's ministry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And well, we saw you out with that, so what that's saying. Now you do have to sometimes take in consideration what that might look like to somebody else. So I might not be wearing this dress, but it's bad. So I'm gonna have to sell it on Posh or something, because
I know it's nice.
It is so cute, and it's if the material is perfect. Like, it goes with the hair, it goes with the skin. It's leopard print. It's giving,
girl.
Okay, so I'm like,
you put it online, somebody gonna buy it.
Now, so wait a minute. I said I need a last minute solution, because it's something I can put over it like this.
And nothing. You can't work it out. No way.
I'm gonna find out. Wait a minute. So this will be continue. I'm gonna see you all. I might can still pull it if I can.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add that into the end of the episode.
If I do, I'm gonna tag you, Shima, so you can say.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but yes, totally cute dress, and Dr. Carey, she snatched. You got to be, when you talking about wearing a form-fitting attire,
you got to have it.
You got to have it, and so hey, but you can't have it with your boobs out. Look at
girl. I know, girl. And then another thing about it is you only live once, right? Okay, you only live once. She's only gonna be this young once. She's not gonna be built like that forever. Like, do you miss an opportunity to? Now this is just me. I just thought about this.
It's fine. It's fine. You have to bring in the
Do you miss the opportunity to be fantastic? Because you fantastic. She's never gonna look like that. She's gonna only get older. But so do she just say, hey, just hold back, and then when she gets 85, she's like, dang, I wish I had wore that dress.
She could still wear the dress, but guess what? Maybe not to some major event.
Yeah.
Take the camera off.
Yep.
Me and my husband are going to have dinner.
Yeah.
And you
right.
just got to control that.
And choose.
Yeah, you got to pick and choose.
Agreed.
Somebody said she should just wear the dress at home and walked around in it. Mm-hmm. But